It's time. Starkid theory time. I don't know how dumb that looks, but I love it. So I know it's been freaking ages since I've done a Starkid theory video. A lot of things have happened, both mental health, physical health, other things. A lot of stuff's gone down in my life, but I've been planning this for too long, so this is happening. You've seen the title of the video, you know what's coming. This is my version of the Hatchetfield timeline. I did use Starkid wiki that has a Hatchetfield timeline, although I disagree on some of the dates in there. Essentially, I will be adding my theory into it, because I don't totally agree with the timeline that they've got. So I will be using a notebook because there's dates involved and I want to make sure that my theory is correct. You know, my theory tracks with what I've written down. Not my theory is correct. So, Hatchetfield is founded in 1824. And that is the same year, according to Starkid Wiki, that Willabella was executed for writing the Black Book. Which means that the Black Book and Hatchetfield just intrinsically linked, which is probably why all the focus of all the evil things of the brothers and, you know, Wiggly, Webby, you know, all that is focused on Hatchetfield. It makes sense. And it also makes sense why people like Peep and, in my first theory, Jane would be focused on Hatchetfield because it is the centre of the Black Book and all the things like that. It makes sense to me. Hatchetfield is the centre of some shit, man. I should have said beforehand, spoilers for all of Starkid Hatchetfield universe. That includes all 6 of the Nightmare Time episodes. Cool. Don't watch any further. You've already been spoiled if you haven't watched all of Nightmare Time. You gone? Cool. So, in 2003, so a little bit of a jump from 1824, the Hatchetfield High production of Brigadoon took place. And Emma fucking killed it. Paul saw it. It was his origin story. I included this because, yeah. I just love the fact that the Starkid Wiki went, this is an important date to know. This is important for you to know that this is the year that took place. I mean, it does bring up the fact that Paul and Emma were sort of linked for a long time. Another date I thought was important was 2005. In 2005, that is when Hannah Foster is born. And in the same year, Peep constructs a portal to the Black and White and Wilbur Cross crossed over to the Black and White. Is that a coincidence? I think that's one of the reasons why she is so linked to the Black and White. She was born in the same year they opened the portal. Right, that's too good a coincidence. Right? Right? Probably the most important date for my theories and my theory going forward. 24th of December 2017, the date of the car crash with Jane, Tom and Tim and the other car that we don't know. But that is, in my theory, that is when the multiverse opens. From everything before that date, in my theory, is set. That, like, all those events that happened before are referenced in other things. It's too important. The car crash, I actually counted. The car crash with Jane, Tom and Tim is important and an actual pivotal plot point in 4 out of the 7 universes I've made. Sort of thing, because I believe it's a multiverse. So, The car crash is mentioned and a pivotal plot point in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, Black Friday, Forever and Always, and Time Bastard. I've put them in the same universe. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but yeah. And then also Jane's Car. So the only, like, stories it's not like a pivotal thing in is Hatchetfield 8 Man, Watch Your World, and The Witch in the Web. But in the rest of the stories, it's incredibly important. And for something to be important that many times, don't ignore it, Starkid fandom. Don't ignore it. It's important. I believe the car crash opened a multiverse. Someone, like either Jane or someone in the other car. We know from Jane's car that she was playing a tape which had bits from the Black Book being read aloud. The car crash is too important to ignore. The car crash, in my theory, opens a multiverse. From that point, time is in flux. Several different multiverses open out. If you've seen Loki, you know what I mean. Time has gone bananas. And there are multiple universes. Some of these universes I've written down could take place in, like, I've said it's 7, but certain stories could happen in a similar timeline, the same timeline as one of the other stories. I just made it a lot simpler for myself and said they're separate. But I'll go through and say it could take place on The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, first universe we were introduced to. The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. Everyone dies at the end. Everyone dies. And yet in Black Friday they're all back and they're all happy. Different universe. Number 2, Black Friday. As I said, everyone dies? Question mark. We don't know, but chances are, yeah, they're dead. Different universe. Number 3, Hatchetfield 8 Man. Higgins and Ted both die. I mean, poor Ted. Poor Ted. It keeps dying. Different universe. I'm very passionate about this theory, if you couldn't already tell. I've watched a little bit of it die. I'm still dead set on this multiverse theory. But yes, 4th universe, Watch Your World. Now, the Watch Your World story could take place because it features Bill and Alan. You know, there's not a whole lot of crossover with a couple of the other stories. Like, it could take place in the same universe as Hatchetfield 8 Man. It could take place in the same one. Like, it could take place in another one. I just made it easier for myself and put it as a different universe. Forever and Always and Time Bastard probably is the stories that made the biggest impact into this multiverse story. I will get on to Time Bastard in particular, because, 6th universe, Jane's a car. I mean, at the end of it, Becky dies, Jane's back and evil, and Tom is arrested. Ethan's alive. Yeah, different universe! Final universe, The Witch and the Web. Now, in The Witch and the Web, multiverse, I believe multiverse is confirmed beyond confirmation, because Uncle Wiley, Wilbercross, is basically just going, we have met multiple times, sometimes you win, sometimes I win. Multiverse is confirmed, right? Right? What isn't confirmed, obviously, is my extra step and the fact that the car crash caused the multiverse. Those universes sort of overlap with each other. They don't all happen at the same time in the multiverse, but because a certain character's dying sort of thing, it just makes it like blindingly obvious to me. It's a multiverse and they all overlap with each other. There's similar themes and, you know, yada yada yada. Flip over, I needed a whole new page for this. Time Bastard. Now, as a fan of Doctor Who and time travel philosophy and things, Time Bastard was arguably my favourite story because it messed around with time travel, and I was so happy to have time travel confirmed in Hatchetfield, because that was one of my original things that I thought would happen in Nerdy Prudes Must Die. So to have it happen in Nightmare Time was very, very enjoyable for me to watch. But yes, So we know in this universe that Paul and Emma get married in the summer of 2019. And also in another part of the multiverse, which, you know, there's possibility that Ted also got married at that time. But not in my theory. Because he glimpses a sort of reality of him marrying Jenny. Ted discovers that he can time travel. And he goes to 2104 and he sees because he goes into a meeting, android Emma. I swear I mentioned this before. I believe, another thing to bolster my thing of the multiverse, Emma in this universe of Forever and Always and Time Bastard, when she gets cut, she sparks because she's an android. And this led to a discussion of, is Emma forever an android in the rest of the Hatchetfield universe, like in the guy who did that musical of Black Friday, is she an android? Now, I can't speak for all the multiverse, because there might have been other stories where an android Emma came back and not real Emma. However, in the guy who didn't like musicals, she is shown to actually be bleeding, which supports the claim that she was a real human being, not an android. Just thought I'd get that one in there as another thing that supports the multiverse. Different stories. So Ted escapes and travels back in time to 2004. Great year 2004. And specifically the 17th of October 2004. This is the night that he knocks out his younger self, attacks Kilgore, causing Kilgore to swear forever revenge on the time bastard. Ted accidentally kills Jenny. And then Ted becomes the homeless man. Now, in my theory, everything that happens before the car crash is solidified, as I said, which means everything that happens in 2004 is canon for all the multiverse, which means Ted is the homeless man in every single universe. That also means Ted kills Jenny in every single multiverse, which means that, because there are some people who said support the claim that there's a multiverse, and maybe there's a multiverse and part of the multiverse where Ted and Jenny end up happy together, and I'd love to believe that. However, in my theory, Ted kills Jenny in every single part of the multiverse, so they never get together unless Ted makes an android of Jenny. It's possible. If it happens before the car crash, in my universe, in my head, it's canon for every part of the multiverse. If it happens after the car crash, it's in flux. It could have happened in multiple universes. For example, Android Emma could have happened in multiple universes. However, it doesn't happen in all of them. For instance, Emma bled. Things like that. I hope I made sense. I hope this timeline sort of makes sense. I hope it sort of... I mean, it was difficult to do like a step-by-step timeline for this sort of thing, but I hope it helped make my theory a bit clearer. I've got another Hatchetfield video coming soon. It'll feature me in the same clothes because I'm going to film it now so I don't forget and put it off. And it'll feature the 6 characters that I want to have a story in Nightmare Time Series 2. It's characters or like groups of characters. There's like, I think there's one that's 2 characters, but they're linked together. So please look out for that. Please like, comment, subscribe. It means the world. We are so close to 300 subscribers. We keep, like, I went on the other day and it was 299 and I was like, yeah, 300! And then I looked on like 2 minutes later and it was 297. And I was like, so that's annoying. But when I get to 300 subscribers and it's official, I've been thinking for a while, when I reach 300 subscribers, I will do a Q&A. Just ask me any question. And if you want to get questions in now, in the comments down below, feel free, because we can't be that far away from 300. So my birthday is coming up soon, in September. But essentially I'm bringing it up now, not to be like, my birthday, sort of thing. But last year, because I turned 25, I did 25 things to do before I turned 25. I don't think I'm gonna do as like full of effort as I did for that one, because I did full on dares and things like that. It was a lot of work, and I'm really proud of that video, but I don't think I'm gonna do another video like that. I might do. If you guys want me to do a 26 things to do before I turn 26, I will do that. However, I was thinking of just doing like 26 questions to ask me, just a Q&A, a birthday Q&A sort of thing. Although I'm thinking of doing a Q&A for when we hit 300, as I mentioned. If you've got an idea of something I should do for my birthday, let me know. If you want to support me, I'm gonna guilt trip you now. My birthday's coming up. Description down below. My Etsy shop, new things in it. I'm in love with my Marvel prints that I made and nobody's buying them. There will be discounts coming out soon if you buy 3 or 4 or 5, different prints, and there will be new stuff coming out. So if you want to support me like that for my birthday, that'd be great. That'd be really nice of you. Also, I've got my Ko-fi account and things like that if you want to support me like that as well. But obviously, the best support that you guys can give, like, comment, subscribe, share, send it to your fellow Starkid friends, spam this to Nick Lang. I want him to confirm to me that Multiverse is officially confirmed. If I can get a tweet from Nick Lang saying Multiverse confirmed, all these Starkid Theory videos will be worth it. Good luck, future Catherine, for editing that all. I did about like 6 different endings. Stay safe. Stay totally awesome. Bam.
Close your eyes if you don't doze off. Hold your